Knowing that we're all beginning this journey together, and we're starting this kind of new community together, but this experience as we go to Chicago is probably just the beginning of something unbelievably beautiful in your life. So I asked him if he would honor us with that song.
When I go to programs, I can tell my mom anything within 5 minutes, but like with Mariano, I can't even tell her a day, and I'm like, I'll just tell you when I get home. Mariano's a really good program, honestly, and it just kind of shows you so much within a week, and we're not even halfway there yet. And it's a good organization. Just want to tell you guys did a good job. You guys are doing a good job.
When I was in college, I studied abroad in the Dominican Republic, and that experience is really what brought me to Mariano and brought me to Chicago. I was immersed in the reality in the Dominican Republic. I was walking with people in their journeys. I had the opportunity to live with people in 2 rural communities, or campos as we call them. In and through that experience, I really found God.
Class of 1995, and finished my Mariano years in 1999, came back here, what was it, 1994, I forget which class it was, but 94, 95, and came here from Mariano. I actually was here before I went to Mariano, and served here for 3 years as a mathematics teacher in the high school, and went to Mariano, came back in 99, again taught math. So I've been teaching math, I guess, or I taught math here at St. Labre for 18 years. A little bit of a break in there to go do my doctoral studies at Penn State. But been here now at St. Labre 20 years. This is my 20th year, and love it here. It seems I can't get away from here. I try, but there's always something that brings me back. The beauty of the land and the beauty of the people. The solitude of the place is where I find the holy.
We have a group of students here from St. Labre, from Montana, visiting, for many of them, the first time in Chicago, first time on a bus, on the train. And I've asked them this, and I want to ask you this. Where do you find God in Chicago?
I find God just right here in the broken and in the people who most people cast aside. And I believe, as I know the gospel, that that's who Jesus walked with. And I believe that that's the closest way to be close to Jesus, is to be with the people that he walked with.
Your experience has been here processing this as someone who's empowering these young people in Montana and now in Chicago.
Yeah, it's exciting. I have a ton of gratitude. It's really a beautiful thing that a lot of people had to come together to work toward to make it happen. So there's a lot of gratitude. And I have a lot of hope too. I'm really hoping that this group's called the Voices of Hope, that they can take these things that may not be easy while they're here, but they can take them back to their people who have a lot of beauty, but also a lot of pain and a lot of things going on. So I really hope that they can find their own voice in this, to be that voice of hope for their community back there.
Right now, it's bringing me closer to Chicago, because now I know there's natives in Chicago, telling me the natives in Chicago. The culture is just lively here. It's one of a kind with the Mexican Americans and with the Muslims, with the African Americans, the Americans. It's all unique in its own way, Chicago.
So where are we? Right now we're in North Lawndale, one of the roughest neighborhoods in Chicago, but I don't see it that way. I see it one of the most beautiful, heartfelt, loving communities in the city of Chicago. Folks have been around with strong resilience through hard times economically, violence and situations, but oftentimes one or two situations or several situations identify the community as what the media may say. But it's only 2-3%. Every 98% of the people trying to go to work every day, go to school, make things happen, right? So there's some beautiful people here. I've served and lived in this neighborhood 23 years, and so and I've been in ministry 30 years, so this is my home. And
the way I'm seeing it, so far, is just geographical location. Well, I mean, every individual is different, but when you kind of look at them as a whole, we ain't that different.
Everybody needs.
Where have you found God in Chicago?
The place that I showed you.
And the people.
It's a lady, Michelle.
Music.
And then by the college concert.
And myself, I guess.
On the other side.
I want to know that we're just as the same as them. We have it hard just as much as they do. Like in Crow, there's a lot of people that are not homeless, but they live with their families still. We're really close, and I think that's like one of the best things to have. Like around here, it seems like everyone's on their own when they get kicked out of their houses. But like when you're living in Crow, it's like everybody, someone, and they always want you to have a home. I think that's what. Just want them to know that they're always welcome and everything like that.
Yeah, coming in, I was like, wow, I really like that architecture, and it was like different, and there was a lot of things that Montana definitely does not have, and I was admiring all the like little unique cafes that you guys have, and now coming like into it, I'm like, wow, there's way more to it than just architecture and cafes. There's a lot of like diversity and interesting people to meet, and everyone seems so like nice that I've met so far. And
while there's some sad parts about Chicago, about the racism and like it's polluted, but there's beauty to it at the same time. Like we're in a rough neighborhood right now, but I see beauty in it too. It's like there's some good people out there that are trying to make a difference, and this is what Marion's about and our leadership program, and I'm excited to go home and share what Chicago did for me, and I want to make a difference like how some of the people that we meet this past couple of days are doing in Chicago.
You see people doing little deeds, and it's like, wow, it's like they had the sense of them, like God's there, like just helping one another, God's there. Where we're staying at, God's helping us. It's just like everything we do and see is like a blessing coming down from God.
And you can share that with your family. You can be a prayer person in your family. Share those things with your world. Share your gifts, your talents, your beauty with the world. So if we can disciple the next, and we disciple the next, and they disciple the next, then our world changes.
Right now?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Chicago is full of. Wait, hold on. Full of surprises.
Chicago is beautiful.
Chicago is so.
Chicago is unique.
Chicago is extraordinary.
Chicago is the future.